let's begin straight from the top. Elizabeth, can you begin read what you have for your conclusion?
In this book, my thesis, the conclusion.
Sorry, yes, just the conclusion.
Katie is a happy and sad person.
Tell me one more time what that sentence is.
It's the thesis.
All right, awesome. Now, if you have a look at your introduction, we also wrote our thesis, and then after your introduction's thesis, what did you write after the thesis inside the introduction?
The explanations and the reasons.
Exactly. So what we need to do for the conclusion is very similar to the introduction. So we need to restate the thesis, which you've already done, and then also the reasons, sort of in a different way. Let's start with like a transitional phrase right at the beginning. What's a transitional phrase that we could start with here?
As you see, Katie is a sad but happy person.
Okay, let's start with that. That sounds great.
As you see, and I leave the capital because Katie is a name.
Can you read that sentence one more time? As you see.
As you see, Katie is a happy person, happy and sad person.
Okay, so
period.
When you read that, I heard you pause somewhere. Shows me that we need something that makes something pause. We need like some, I don't think an extra word, but we need some punctuation. There you go. Awesome. All right, don't forget the space after the comma.
I realized something. Remember when we said, I told you that her last words were her last name?
Yeah, I remember. Did you want to build off of that, though Katie's last word or her mom's last words?
But I forget where I put her mom's last words. I deleted them.
I'm trying to remember what they were. Wasn't it just like 2 words or something?
It was like everything inside is there. Oh. Everything you need inside is in there.
Oh, right. Do you want to, go back and should we,
Yes, but I forget. Later on, Katie got a present from her mom, but she did not know who it was from. Katie said, "Who is this from?" The nurses and doctors said nothing. Then she opened it, and there was nothing inside.
All right. That looks really good for your third body paragraph. Now, for the conclusion, you've already written your thesis, and you began with an introductory transitional phrase. What do you think we should write after that? We need to restate something. What are those things?
As you see, Katie is a happy and sad person. She is sad because...
Yes.
She is sad. She is sad because her mom died on her 10th birthday.
And what is that you just wrote? That's what?
That's one of the reasonings.
Exactly. That's reason number 1. So let's add. What else do we have to add after reason 1?
As you can see, also, Katie is a happy person because
yes,
she where she gets her favorite presents.
There you go.
Present. Period.
Awesome. Now, what do we have to add after our second reason?
Our third reason.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Our third reason, I have to find a different way to find the third reason.
All right. What feels right to you? What sounds good?
The third reason, maybe.
Okay, let's do that.
The third reason is that I have to find another reason why she's happy.
Okay. Think back in the story. Any ideas?
That she can see her mom before her mom dies.
Wow, I think that would be a really nice way to end this. That sounds great, Elizabeth.
There's supposed to be 4 reasons, right?
3.
3?
Yeah. 1 for each body paragraph. You've written 3 body paragraphs, so I think 3 reasons is, a good fit.
I found, I went back in the story, but I didn't know where to put this. Is at the end, she found out what to do with the box.
Okay, and where are you thinking about putting it?
Maybe she opened it and there was nothing inside the box.
Okay.
Maybe I could make in a second paragraph, and it was like, goes at the end of the story. At the end of the story, Katie, finds out how to use the empty box. And then, since that's just one sentence, it's not even a paragraph.
Yeah.
I have to make 2 sentences.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's gonna come next after the sentence?
She went into her. She went into her. She went into her dad's cupboard.
Yes.
And took cupboard that she usually does not go
Nice. Good on the apostrophe.
Going and took some paper. Paper, and her pen.
Okay.
I think it was, which pen was it? I remember volcano pen.
There you go.
Well,
nice detail.
Yeah. Volcano pen, and wrote stories. I didn't mean to put the comma after and.
No problem. You're doing great. Keep going.
That means I need a fourth reasoning.
Well,
right?
I was gonna sort of ask you where you were gonna go with that, right? Because now we have 4 body paragraphs, which means that we would need 4 reasons. But before we include the 4th body paragraph, I was actually thinking maybe there's a place that you can put those 2 sentences that you're writing right now somewhere else in the story. Any ideas? We could actually take the whole thing that you're writing right now and actually just move it somewhere else to sort of strengthen another place of your essay instead of making a 4th paragraph. Any ideas?
I have no ideas.
All right, so let's concentrate back on your conclusion. Your conclusion includes your thesis and your 3 reasons. Do you remember what I suggested to write right after your 3rd reason of your conclusion? Do you remember that?
I forgot.
It's okay. A writer asks themselves, after they wrote something, they ask, so what? So yes, Katie is a happy and sad person. So what? So you give your 3 reasons. So what? The very last sentence of your conclusion should be what you take away from the story. What's the message that you want to leave your reader thinking about?
So I just write right here, so what, right?
Well, why don't you tell me, before you type it, why don't you tell me, what do you want the takeaway message? What do you want your reader sort of scratching their head being like, wow, Elizabeth sort of wrapped up a nice point. Sort of changed my way of thinking about that. What's the moral? What's the lesson you learned?
How would I write this sentence?
Well, let's talk about it first. In your own words, what's the moral, or what did you learn after reading The Birthday Box, Elizabeth?
You shouldn't be upset if you get something that you don't like. You should figure out how to use it.
I think you should. I think it's time to write that. Nice job.
So what? I don't think that's a good idea how to start the last sentence.
You know what? I agree. Let's eliminate that and let's start,
The moral.
Huh?
The moral. The moral of the story.
There you go.
Of this story. Story is that you should not get upset if you don't like something, like something, you should find a way to use it.
Wow. Can you reread just the last sentence for me?
The moral of this story is that you should not get upset if you don't like something. You should find a way to use it. I don't know that I'm missing a comma.
Are you? Wait, read it one more time.
The moral of the story is that you should not get upset if you don't like something, comma. You should find a way to use it.
That's interesting. I also heard a pause after something. Now let me ask you, can you read just from the to something one more time? The moral.
The moral of the story is that you should not get upset if you don't like something.
Is that a sentence?
I feel like that's a sentence too.
Okay, well let's double check the second part. Can you read from you to it?
You should find a way how to use it.
Is that a sentence too?
No.
Why not?
Because it's really short.
Sentences
it's a short sentence, but yeah, it's a short sentence.
Okay, so if we have those two and they're both in the form of a sentence, should there be a comma after something or maybe something else?
Nope.
Awesome. What do we have? There you go. Nice. All right. Let's go back to the top of the conclusion. Let's read it from just the conclusion and see how we feel about this.
As you see, Katie is a happy but sad person. She is sad because her mom died on her 10th birthday. As you can see also, Katie is a happy person because she gets her favorite presents. The third reason is that she can't see her mom. She can see her mom before she dies. The moral of this story is that you should not get upset if you don't like something. You should find a way to use it.
Wow, how do you feel about that?
I like the conclusion a lot.